Reading is a superpower. We take it for granted because words are all around us and we read them without even thinking about it.
Sadly, hundreds of millions of children around the world lack even this most foundational of skills.
A recent World Bank report estimated that 70% of 10-year-olds in low and middle-income countries are in learning poverty.
What can we do to revitalize education? Is there an alternative?
Accelerating Learning for All, or ALfA, is a groundbreaking pedagogy transforming how we teach and learn.
ALfA is fast, holistic, and evidence-based. Let's understand these three key facets in turn.
ALfA is fast. It can take a student just 45 working days to become foundationally literate and numerate. Compare this to the conventional education system, where it often takes 3 years or more.
How is it so fast? Children work in pairs, taking turns to read and ask each other questions. They derive the first sound from known pictures, then blend those sounds together to form words.
In mathematics, children use concrete objects to represent numbers. They take turns to ask each other questions and solve them. The modules are simple, highly visual, and designed for paired learning.
ALfA isn't just fast for literacy and numeracy, it is also holistic, as the very process of student-led paired work helps inculcate 21st century skills.
Rather than just competing against each other, children collaborate to solve problems together. Rather than rote memorizing answers, they derive new learning themselves, building their creativity and critical thinking.
Third, ALfA isn't just an educational theory, it has been proven effective at scale.
Consider some examples from Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state.
In Shamli, a formerly low-performing district, ALfA was implemented in 210 schools. The impressive results were written up in a chapter of a book by Fernando Reimers, a Harvard Graduate School of Education professor. They found that ALfA students had much higher ORF, or oral reading fluency scores, than the reference group.
ALfA was implemented in all 155 schools of Hiloli block, Unnao district. Soon afterwards, it topped the government's Nipun Achievement Test, with 47% of schools passing the test, compared to the district average of 15%.
Himachal Pradesh has also signed an agreement to implement ALfA across the whole state. We started with district-wide implementation in 470 schools of Solan.
ALfA began with a pilot in 2022 in just 20 government primary schools. Today, it is rolling out in stages in 14,000 schools.
And it's not just government schools. City Montessori School, the Guinness World Record holder for world's largest school, has been implementing ALfA in pre-primary to grade 3, with impressive results.
ALfA is attracting attention from governments, including a 130-member delegation from the Maldives Ministry of Education.
Recently, a 54-member delegation from an Indian state, Madhya Pradesh, came to witness ALfA implementation in Lucknow and Unnao.
We've seen that ALfA is fast, holistic, and proven at scale in Indian primary schools. But what about other contexts?
ALfA is also being implemented in other parts of India, like the mountains of Ladakh, in collaboration with 17,000 Feet Foundation.
ALfA is also working well for adult literacy, for instance, in collaboration with the Department of Education in Mizoram and partnering with impact Foundation in West Bengal, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, and UP.
ALfA is available in over 30 languages, allowing it to be piloted in diverse contexts around the world.
In the Maldives, Devi trained teachers from across the country, and a primary school program is being implemented with support from UNICEF.
In Kenya, Path Youth has run an FLN boot camp in the slums of Mombasa using the ALfA materials.
In Peru, Arcabeta NGO is using ALfA in 2 schools in the remote Amazonian rainforest.
In the USA, Literacy Chicago are using the ALfA technique to teach adults how to read.
Across these diverse contexts and many languages, one thing remains constant. The Accelerating Learning for All pedagogy is helping transform education.
Reach out to us today to see how we can work together to ensure all children realize their right to a quality education.